So Harry and I had a great run as King and Queen and Cinderella at the Oceana Park Playhouse for the month of December. I really felt guided to audition for this particular show. There was another one I really wanted to do too, but I knew in my heart this is where I was meant to be. So I gladly accepted the part of Queen. And there was a king originally cast. After 3 or 4 weeks, he dropped out. So I went up to the director and I said, "So I hear you got to find me a husband." He said, "Yes." I have a little bit of PTSD about that because 2 years ago, when I was queen in a different show, there was a king that came to the read through and never came back. Every once in a while, I bump into him and I'm like, "Oh, it's my runaway husband. Couldn't even keep a commitment for 3 months." Anyhow, they had a terrible time trying to find me a husband. Mariah was in that show and she even offered to put an ad up for the queen on Tinder. So for months, I rehearsed with an imaginary husband. I even had to do a bedroom scene and have a baby on stage all by myself till they finally found someone. Thank goodness. Anyhow, so when this happened, I'm like, not again. So I asked the director, I said, "What if one of my puppets reads the lines for King until you find someone?" He said, "Well, maybe you could just do it. Let me think about it." So the next day, on my lunch hour, I went to the Halloween store and I bought a couple of crowns for Harry and I, just in case it worked out at rehearsal. And while I was in the store, the song that came on the PA system was "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" from The Lion King. I'm like, is this a sign? I went back to my desk and there was an email from the director saying they'd like to try Harry at the next rehearsal. So I'm like, yes. So that weekend I went out and bought the royal carriage on Marketplace for Harry. I brought Harry with me just to make sure he fit. I think the guy probably thought I was a fruitcake, but never mind. So the first rehearsal, I rolled in Harry in his royal carriage, and by the end of the night, he was officially cast as king. And it was perfect. You know, if there was ever a time when the king was on stage without me, that couldn't have worked, but it was like it was all meant to be. You know, there's a saying, success is when preparation and opportunity meet. The director was also saying originally there was 2 thrones and they couldn't find the second throne. In this case, we only needed 1 throne, so another confirmation. About a week and a half into the run, one of the guys in the booth came up to me and said, "Are you a ventriloquist?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "I thought that was a recording this whole time." I'm like, "Oh, I guess that was a compliment." But many audience members would think that too. They'd be like, "Who's doing the voice? Who's doing the singing?" So it was nice to have a meet and greet after the shows so that Harry could interact with the audiences and they could realize he's the real deal. The number one comment I had from people was, "You are amazing." One guy was like, "Your talent literally blew my mind." Another lady said, "You were the perfect queen. You even look like Queen Elizabeth." I did have tea with her once, so maybe I took good notes. Another lady pointed at Harry and said, "He is the real star of the show." "Hey, I thought it was Cinderella." Oh, Harry's awake. I thought it was Cinderella too, but apparently she thought otherwise. "Nice shirt." "Thanks." They got all the cast and crew t-shirts. "How come I didn't get one?" "I don't think they had your size, Harry." "Plastic discrimination." On dress rehearsal, I had made the mistake of bringing Harry into the girls' changing room, and after all the shrieks of, "There's a guy in the girls' changing room," I didn't look. I know. Anyhow, I didn't do that again, and it's not like I could go in the men's changing room and get him changed, so I ended up getting him changed downstairs every day. No dignity. So, did you like being King, Harry? I loved it. It was just so great to be king. Except one thing. What's that? You cut me off every single night, and I never ever got to finish my song. Sorry, Harry, there was only so much time, and to be honest, I didn't actually know all the words. So I did. And you didn't let me sing it at karaoke at the cast party either. I'm sorry, Harry. Why don't you sing it now? You won't interrupt me. I promise I'll let you finish the song. Okay. like me. Getting to know you, putting it my way, but nicely. You're precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I'm with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. Are you happy now, Harry? Yeah, and I even got music accompaniment. I feel special. Aw. You know, the king was a bit of a hothead. I'm glad you're back to your sweet self again. Harry really is the perfect man, and he'll always be there for me. I'll never have to worry about him running off with another woman, because I'd have to go with him, so that'd be awkward. I only want you, dear. Aw. The answer, my friend, is get a puppet man. The answer is get a puppet man. An actual song from our Perfect Man show. Aww. Oh, Harry, I think I better turn off the camera now. Ta-ta!
What magical memories, and the king and queen lived happily ever after.